welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. My name is Ashlyn and I'm the owner of Rainstorm Joy, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to make labels for yourself at home. The transfer paper that you'll need to make these labels are going to be in my Amazon storefront, and that is going to be in my description, so make sure that you look at my description and go to my Amazon storefront if you're interested to get this exact brand that I am using. I'm going to show you how to make your own labels like this for yourself, so you no longer have to go and buy labels that are so super expensive, which I've never done, but I've heard that they're expensive. So I'm going to teach you how to make these in this video. However, I will say these clips that you're about to see is from a different video. I was going to include it in a different video because I was already recording, but I made a short form of my labels. I was just cutting them, and then I got a lot of people asking how to make them, so I'm just going to separate the videos. So the next clips that you're going to see is from a different video, but I teach you how to make these. So if you have any further questions, make sure you just drop them down below and I will try to explain them as best as I can. But in this video, I will show you how to make these. I made a video about how to make these on my TikTok. However, I do make them a little bit differently now, but I will just really quickly tell you about how to make them. Okay, so to get it all nice and lined up like this, I put it on Canva so you can just space them out evenly and then make some black lines so you know where to cut. I'm not going to show you how to do that. You can figure it out. It's pretty simple, and you can also do it to whatever measurement you want your labels to be. So I did that on Canva. You can do it on whatever else that will work that way, but I did Canva. It appears that I got rid of the packaging for this, but I got this from Amazon. It is on my Amazon storefront. If you're interested, this is what helps transfer the ink onto it. Is the transfer part. These are called True Heat Transfer Paper Light 2.0. Again, it is on my Amazon storefront if you're interested. You might have seen other people make these because other people make these now. So you're going to get one of these papers and you're going to follow the instructions. It tells you how to use it. So just listen to what it says. And you're going to put it in your regular inkjet printer. This is for inkjet only, I'm pretty sure. So you can't use it on those other printers. I don't even remember what those are called. Laser printers. This is only for inkjet. So you're just going to put it in like this into your printer once you're ready to print. And that's what I'm going to go do right now. So I'm going to use my heat press, but you can use a regular iron and like an easy press, Cricut easy press or something like that. And they also have the instructions for you to follow on this sheet. So just do whatever it says on the paper. And so I have my heat press heating up, and now I'm going to go put this paper into the printer. While that is printing, this is what you can do in the meantime. You want to get some fabric. I read the instructions because I don't remember, but I just use 100% cotton, and I just get this from Hobby Lobby. It's just a white fabric. You can do whatever color that you want, but if you really want your label to pop, you want to put it against something that will make the colors or the label itself pop. I'm just doing black label, but if you use colors, make sure you put it against white unless you like the way that it looks against a different color. Anyways, so I just got this white fabric from Hobby Lobby. It's 100% cotton, and what you want to do is you want to iron it, the spot that you're using, because it's really wrinkly, if you can tell. So if you lay down this paper on the wrinkles, then the wrinkles will show through on your label. So you just want to make sure that you iron it out and it's nice and straight. After you get the wrinkles out, which I haven't done yet because my iron is still heating up, but once you get the wrinkles out and you have your papers printed, they come out looking like this. It's still on the paper. What you want to do is, you don't really have to do it, but it just helps save space on your fabric. You can just go ahead and cut around the edges right here, so you have less of the paper to put on the fabric, so it makes more space for the fabric. I'm going to go ahead and cut around all the edges of all these papers that just printed. Cut out and ready to go now. And the kit should also come with a Teflon sheet. I used it up way too much, so it got all cut up and shredded. So I'm just gonna use a parchment sheet, although my heat press does come with a Teflon thingy, but I'm just gonna use this just in case. And that's just so it doesn't smudge or transfer to something you don't want it to transfer to, I'm pretty sure. So they do just give you one in the packaging itself. So that's good. Now it's time to iron. This comes with this on the back of it, if you can see. Hopefully you can see it okay. What you want to do is, after you cut around the borders, you want to take that off. And you want to do it slower than fast because you don't want to rip this. I've never had a problem with that, but I don't want to either. It's going to look like this. it's gonna have the paper back, and then it's gonna have the actual thing that you put onto your fabric. And this is what you want to peel off slowly, just in case it rips. Again, I've never had a problem with that, but I don't try to do it like too quickly. Look at that, nice. And then you want to take this and you want to put it on your fabric. The good thing with this is that you don't have to reverse the imaging like you might have to do with like sublimation or something else like that. You just do it the way that it should go, and then you put it on your fabric. Again, just make sure it doesn't have wrinkles or it will show up. Also, if you want, you can also, before you press it, and I guess I do recommend this as well. I don't usually do this, but what you could do is take a lint roller and lint roll it, because it will show that as well through the label. I've had some of my labels have like lint and black hairs, unfortunately, show through. So just give it a good lint roll if you want to, because it will literally show all the things. And then if you can fit more than one at a time, you could go ahead and do that, so it just speeds up the process. And you just want to space them out enough to cut, to separate them once they're pressed. Then you take your Teflon paper or your parchment or whatever that you're using, and you put that over your design, over your labels, and then it's ready to be pressed. Again, you just want to follow the instructions on the paper, but for my heat press, it says to do it at 320 Fahrenheit for heat and 10 to 15 seconds to be pressed. So we're just gonna let that do its thing. And then what you can do is like make sure it's stayed down, but I would let it cool off just a little bit before you make sure, because if you pick at it, it might wrinkle or come up. But once it's cooled down, it should be good and ready to go. So now I've got them all pressed into the fabric, and now they're ready to be cut out. You can just cut them with scissors, or you can cut them with a rotary blade, which is what I do. Or if you have a sharp enough that thing I was just using in another clip, what's it called? It starts with a G. If you have a sharp enough one of those, you can use that, which would probably work a lot faster, but mine's just not sharp enough. So I like to use my rotary cutter, and then it takes a while though. But I like to just use my rotary cutter and just go, you know, underneath the black lines, or right beside the black line where I won't have any black lines showing on my label, and then that's it, and it's ready to go. But that's how you make some labels, just in case you're interested. Now you know. Like I said, this specific transfer paper is available in my Amazon storefront, so if you're interested, just go ahead and give it a look, and you can go make your own labels at home. Make sure you follow the instructions, and then you'll just be good to go. It's really that simple. It really is. These, however, I will say, like I said, I do make them differently than I said I make them in my TikTok video, because in my TikTok video, I used to make it like this. I would make it like this, and then I would iron this onto a iron-on paper that I got from Hobby Lobby, but I didn't even realize that those would just come right off, because it stays on up until you wash it, and then it comes off. And so I don't do that anymore. I make them like this, and then I just sew it on my products. But if you have a strong enough adhesive, you can just take this and then iron it onto your adhesive, and then iron this onto your project. Because I have done that and it does work. Just make sure your iron-on is strong enough. Mine was not. So now I just sew them. These are machine washable, so that's good, but they cannot be put in the dryer, so don't do that. I hope making these labels was helpful to you, so now that you can go do it by yourself again, it is in my Amazon storefront if you're interested, but I'm just gonna go ahead and go cut these myself. So that's it for this video. Hopefully this video was helpful in teaching you all how to make your own labels at home, so this way you can keep your costs down and make as many as you want. You can make a whole lot, or you can make just a little bit, but you're in control of it now. Again, if you have any more questions concerning how to make your labels, make sure you comment below, and I will try to answer it to the best of my ability. Hopefully it was helpful, and I will see you all next time. Bye!